When I started playing Counter-Strike all the way back in 2014, I had no idea how skins work. Rarities, float values, pattern seeds, it was all a little overwhelming. So this video is the crash course I wish I had. A complete beginner guide explaining how CS2 skins work, what makes them valuable, and how to acquire them. Let's start simple. What are CS skins? They're cosmetics that change the appearance of an item, but don't affect gameplay in any way. A rare knife and the default one perform exactly the same, so it's all about looks, rarity, and market value. Some categories of items include weapon skins, knives, gloves, agents, music kits, graffitis, and more. Most skins come in 5 different wear levels, which affects the visual appearance of the item. Battle-scarred skins look quite damaged and worn, while factory new skins look perfectly clean. The wear level does not degrade over time with use, but is determined when the item is first created through one of the methods we'll discuss in a moment. Even more precise than the wear is the float value, a number between 0 and 1 that determines which wear category the skin falls into. This means that even within wear categories, there can be variation in the visual appearance. Take a look at this 0.37 field tested AK-47 Vulcan on the left versus the 0.15 float field tested on the right. This video's sponsor, SkinSwap, is giving you a skin worth up to $50 entirely for free whenever you do your first trade and use my referral code. If you want to refresh your loadout, you can trade your skins for brand new ones in just a couple of seconds. Plus, their market tab now integrates cheap listings from Chinese sites so you can access the best prices without the need for a Chinese ID or bank account. They accept deposits via crypto, MasterCard, and Visa. If you want to cash out, SkinSwap makes that simple too with instant sell options to PayPal or crypto. On top of that, they run free daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways with the chance to earn extra entries simply by trading. Use the link below for a 3% lifetime sales bonus and a free skin worth up to $50. Big thanks to SkinSwap for supporting the channel. In general, lower floats are rarer and hence worth more. You can see item floats when inspecting them in-game, or by using Chrome plugins like the CS Float Market Checker on your browser. This will display all of the floats in your inventory and on the Steam Marketplace. Every skin also has a pattern seed, which for some items results in drastic visual changes. Think of it like this: there is a pattern mesh that gets randomly applied to the weapon in different positions, changing how the item looks, kind of like a stencil. The AK-47 case harden is likely the most iconic example of this, with pattern 661, known as the blue gem, being the most valued by collectors and selling for thousands of dollars. These patterns can also apply to rare items like knives and gloves. Doppler knives, for example, have rare patterns which turn its normal variation into gems, such as rubies, sapphires, or black pearls. Patterns, like floats, can significantly impact value. Once again, you can see the pattern seed when inspecting items in-game. Skin rarity determines how likely a skin is to be dropped or unboxed. There are 7 possible rarity tiers: consumer, industrial, mil-spec, restricted, classified, covert, and exceedingly rare. Each of them are color-coded. So for example, mil-spec is often referred to as blue, restricted as purple, etc. I'll come back to this in just a moment. But in general, the more rare an item is to acquire, the higher its price. This is also because higher tier items generally have more flashy finishes, with bold colors and designs, while lower tier items are more muted and less distinct. It's a simple supply and demand equation. So how can you actually get skins? The first method you're probably already aware of is opening cases. If you have a weapon case in your inventory, you can buy a key for $2.49 USD or your local currency equivalent. Using this key will allow you to unbox the case and receive one random item from it. Each skin rarity has a predetermined chance of being unboxed, with mil-spec at 80%, restricted at 16%, classified at 3%, covert at 0.6%, and gold at just 0.26%. Therefore, on average, you would have to open 391 cases to get a knife or pair of gloves. CSRY breaks down the statistical average returns for each case, and as you can see, all of them are negative. So in the long run, you tend to lose somewhere between 20 to 80% of your money. This is not great. You also have the option to rent skins, which means your case and key will be consumed in return for one of every item in the case, again assigned a random float to use for just 7 days. Most weapon skins and knives can come in StatTrak form, which essentially tracks your total kills on a small counter added to the gun. The chances of unboxing a StatTrak item is 1 in 10 from cases. While this is desirable for some skins, this is not always the case, as some people think the counter visually detracts from the appearance of the skin, especially on knives. You can also get skins entirely for free from your weekly care package, given you have purchased Prime status, which gives you the chance to select 2 out of 4 items once each week when you level up your in-game XP. The items you can potentially receive come from the active duty collections and active duty cases. While most of the time these won't be worth very much, some of the items can be worth several $100s, so be sure to choose wisely. Even if you don't like the items you receive, you can simply resell them to purchase something else. Of course, I want to mention that this video is not professional financial advice. CS2 skins are virtual items and can be highly volatile. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so please do your own further research and consider your financial position before making any decisions. One of the items currently in the active duty pool is the Genesis Uplink Terminal. If you obtain one of these, you can unseal it for free and view up to 5 skins offered by the arms dealer. This method allows you to see information like the float and pattern before you spend any money. However, you will need to purchase the skin at the offered price directly if you want to pick it up. Skins purchased from the Uplink Terminal will feature an original owner certificate badge. However, this will be removed if the skin is traded or sold. You can only view a maximum of 5 offers, and each offer will expire after 3 days. The terminal itself will be deleted after viewing all 5 offers or purchasing an item. I'd recommend comparing the prices of the skins you get offered on the Steam market and other third-party sites before purchasing it in-game to see where you can get the best deal. In addition, you can unbox items from map collection packages, such as the Anubis collection package. During CS2 major tournaments held twice a year, you can also buy souvenir packages in the tournament menu for specific matches. When opened, these items will have gold stickers applied from the tournament host, logos from the participating teams, and map icon. As of the Austin Major, the weapons also have a charm which will replay a highlight from the selected match. However, older souvenir items will have a player autograph based on the MVP of the relevant round the souvenir package was dropped. Because souvenir packages are exclusive to specific events and cannot be obtained after the tournament ends, older packages and souvenir skins often become quite valuable over time. In order to obtain items through the Armory, you need to purchase an Armory Pass. Up to 5 can be activated at a time, and each allow you to earn up to 40 stars simply by playing the game. You can then redeem them for items in the Armory store. Similar to cases, the odds of unboxing valuable items are pretty low. You can once again visit CSROI to see the current statistical averages. Another way to get new skins is through trade-ups. You can use 10 skins of the same rarity to get 1 skin of the next. The possible outcomes are based on the inputs, so if you put in 10 skins from the same collection, you are guaranteed a skin of the higher rarity from that collection. However, if you mix inputs, then you'll have many potential outputs, weighted relative to the number of inputs from that collection. The average floats of the inputs also determines the float value of the output. That means certain combinations here can actually be profitable. So be sure to check out this video where I share all of my top tips for maximizing profit after this. You cannot use souvenir skins in trade-ups, and if you want to do a StatTrak trade-up, all 10 inputs must also be StatTrak. If you've made it this far in the video, I've got something for you. This month, I'm giving away the brand new AWP Queen's Gambit in Field Tested to one of you. To enter, just like the video and leave a comment including the word Queen. The winner will be chosen on the 31st. Good luck. If you want to trade skins with other users, you can simply right-click on your friends' profiles and select Send a Trade Offer. Otherwise, you'll need the user's trade link in order to make an offer. Always double-check selected items. Scammers often use similar-looking skins, impersonate reputable figures, and try to pressure you into bad trades. Be careful about which friend invites you accept on Steam. I've fallen for this one myself in the past, and it's not a good feeling. I've also got an in-depth video on all the current scam techniques and ways to avoid them if you want to learn more about keeping your inventory safe. Finally, you can purchase items directly for real money, either on the Steam community market or on trusted third-party sites. This is by far the cheapest and best way to get specific skins. While the Steam market is the most convenient, prices are often significantly higher on here than other platforms. I'll put a few links in the description to the sites I use most often. Skinport and Skinswap are great starting points as they're bot marketplaces, meaning when you buy an item, it gets sent to you immediately, no waiting around. CSFO is also a great site for different reasons, but it's peer-to-peer, so you may need to wait until the seller wakes up and sales can be cancelled by either party. Keep in mind that any items obtained through Steam trades are placed under a 7-day trade protection period. During this time, the skins can't be consumed, traded again, or sold on the community market. This system was introduced to help victims of hacked accounts recover their items, since the original sender can revert the trade within that window. In some cases though, people might try and use this to their advantage. If you'd like the full details, you can check out the official Steam page on trade protection. Also, if you find yourself picking up a number of skins, there is actually a 1,000 item inventory limit on Steam. So if you're approaching this threshold, you can pick up storage units from the in-game store, which will hold another 1,000 items each. Stickers are another category of CS2 item. Up to 5 can be applied in any position or orientation onto a gun. This is a fun way to customize your skins and get creative to make unique sticker crafts. Once applied, they will stay on the gun forever unless they are scraped, which progressively remove the sticker from the gun until it entirely disappears. You do not get scraped stickers back. Stickers are usually unboxed from sticker capsules, which are available via the in-game store, in your weekly care package, purchased during major tournaments, or redeemed in the Armory. Other Other categories of items include agents, which have only been available to redeem during limited time operation events by completing challenges and claiming rewards. So if you want to change the look of your character in game, you'll have to purchase them directly nowadays. Patches can be applied to agents and were also part of operations and a couple other events, however are no longer very popular, especially since you can't actually see applied patches yourself. Music kits will change your audio experience, for better or for worse. Graffitis can be applied in-game onto surfaces, and will slowly disappear over 7 minutes. You can redeem them in your weekly care package, or buy them on the market. Badges are most commonly acquired by getting your account to level 40, and then redeeming the annual service medal. You can also get badges by reaching certain milestones in each Premier season, participating in operations, purchasing a viewer pass and playing the Pick'em challenge during major tournaments, or receiving badges for anniversaries such as the 5 and 10 year veteran coin. If you've made it this far, you're obviously keen on learning more about the CS2 skin world, so I suggest checking out this video next, where I share 15 of the best money making methods that I'm currently using. Thanks so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.